Hope you guys are doing well and positive energy and attracting the life that you desire because it's your birthright, okay? Of course, we're coming through with another live for you guys. Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to share it out, to run it up with some hearts. We need to get these messages out to the collective. Spirit says there's a lot of people. God says there is a lot of people that really need these messages in the morning. It really gets them through. So, share the video out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And run it up with some hearts. We love you guys.
Morning. Definitely love.
Okay.
All praise to the Most High. Big fat ashe to the ancestors.
Hey.
Right? Thanking God for a sound mind this morning. Right? I have a question to pose to us all. Right? And this is the download. You know how we go through life and we try so many things, right? And we try them again and again and again, right? We try them. We force them to try to even work, right? But when it comes down to something that's in regards to spirituality or something that's involved with our gift, right? We only try it once. And as soon as it don't work, we ready to go back to what we know. Why? Because it ain't working. But what about all the things that we tried that didn't work, that we kept trying over and over again, and they never worked? So when it comes to your gifting, how about like a little more perseverance? Like, let me check on that real quick.
Go ahead. Keep talking.
I got it. Sounded like it might be an animal or something.
I'm like, what you about to bust it?
Oh no. I think somebody hit the curb with their car.
Hey y'all, what's up? Good morning.
All right, yeah. So back to what I was saying before I was interrupted. Like, let's give, let's be persistent about what we attempting to do as far as like the spiritual shape of our life, because that's what we focus on. Like, what is the spiritual conditioning of your life? Like, beyond what you see in the 3D, what's really going on with your life? A lot of people, you step into it and then you don't see the result you want, and then boom. Okay, another download, and this is for my women and men that have a craft like that you do with your hands. Like if you work, you sew, you do hair, or try this. When designers make clothes, right? Some of our famous designers, like, do you know that some of them, I'm gonna flip this, but I'm gonna start here with it. Some of your favorite designers, they use Luciferian energy to make their clothes. Mm-hmm. What am I saying? They summon certain spirits in the weaving of their fabric. They know that that's behind the scene. See it come out as fashion, but now a lot of them, they tap into Luciferian energy, right? Now, us being connected to the Most High, when you do your craft, what spirit are you tapping into? Like, all right, let me use for instance, the mothers on, let's just say Benin. Where you from? Where your bloodline is? Benin. Let's say that. Mm-hmm. Do you know that in Benin, when they do hair, they actually, the women that do the hair, that, like, I'm speaking like, maybe now, but I'm kind of like ancient with this, like during the times of the Agonji, right? They used to summons energy, and it meant something. So they were particular about what was going on. It was all spiritual, right? But that was the molding and shaping of its purpose. Did you know that they withstood a lot? The women of Benin, they used to do that. So, like, if let's say you do hair.
Well, cornrows were originally used for a roadmap to escape and things like that.
Yeah, it was different intricacies done with the hair. Like it was a focal, like it was a spiritual priority, basically. Like, so I say, what you do it with a spiritual like if you doing somebody's hair, right? If let's say if you a barber, right? Put your spirit into it. If you a hairdresser, put your spirit into it, right?
Whatever you do, even if you're in a call center, whatever, we always speak about that. When you give your best at whatever it is that God has you doing, it really improves the quality of your life. We should give our best at everything, our friendships, our work, our gifts, right? You know what I'm saying? The way we clean up, everything, we should put our best into everything that we do.
And your craft, like particularly your craft, like she said, put the best of you in your craft. I'm trying to help somebody go a step further. Won't you pray and put the spirit in your craft? Like before you do what you do, meditate, tap in, and get the energy that's consistent, because that's going to produce the result that you're looking for. If you learn how to put that part of you on display. Mm-hmm. Like if that part of you goes into what you're doing, it remains present in what you do. Mm-hmm. At least the clothing design, Louis Vuitton, #1, right? Christian Dior, you know what? They tap into Luciferian energy and make their clothes. And they clothes do what? So you don't have to tap into that. You can tap into positive energy. Like what I'm just trying to get you to understand the perspective of energy that goes into the weaving of fabric, the doing of hair, crafting, with all that, right? A spirit is present when we do these things. So if you put more of the right spirit into anything, you're gonna get the right result out of it. Like imagine somebody walking around and you just bit their hair and you put the spirit in it with the blades. Everything is the haircut looks spiritual. People see that. Where you get the haircut from? Who cut your hair? Boy, I need to go get tightened up by him. Or if you a woman and you put your spirit all over somebody's head, every part is intact. It's not all crooked, right? Because if you move in the spirit and harmony, your parts and stuff, they gonna be intact. They ain't gonna be crooked because it's gonna be more spirit in it. And then when somebody leave, your clientele, it goes up because you put your spirit in it. We talking about putting your spirit into your work. Earthly walk.
What's up, y'all? I got a download this morning, and you know it's been crazy because I know that there's a new level approaching. Okay, you know, as we leave the summer and we begin to go into the fall, into winter, there's a lot that has been promised, and I'm so excited now. You know, some things, of course, I won't reveal, but what I will say is that going into these colder months, I see a lot of good things happening here. You know, I also see, you know, God revealed to me how there are some people, okay, right now, you know, because this cycle has been going on for like the last 10 years, right? So there are some people still right now to this moment, and you could be trying to figure out, like, you know, really going back down memory lane to figure out where some of your relationships could have gone wrong, right? And not that you're really, you know, it's not that you really even want the relationships back or anything like that. I feel like it's more like a self-reflection. God is having us like look at ourselves and, you know, relationships that we've had in the past, and you know, how can you be a better person now, pretty much is what's going on, right? So God was like, you know, some of these relationships that you are really trying to, you know, because I'm hearing some of you guys are puzzled out here, right? You're puzzled over some of these relationships, and you really can't find the reason that they went south, right? Well, a part of it is because people did things in a dark place and guilt set in, okay? Guilt set in, whether they felt like someone told you something, whether they know you are highly intuitive and spiritual and God reveals something to you, whatever it is, it leads people back to guilt and shame. So it's very important for us as the collective to make sure that we are in a forgiving energy, because you could be also feeling the projected energy from these people. You know, you could be going back down memory lane, trying to put all the pieces together to the paper that was ripped up because God told you rip this paper up already. You know how you rip a paper up and once it's to shreds, it's not a legal document anymore, right? So it's like, you know, the legal document no longer exists because you are at the point in your life where you are right now. So the things from the past, while it's good to reflect, they don't really, you know, directly affect what you're doing right now, because God gives us grace and change, right? So that's what's happening right now. You know, a lot of people are really upset that, you know, that they've been caught. You know, a lot of people want to appear clean, you know. People don't like their skeletons to come out the closet. People don't like to be revealed. People don't like to face a truth. So I'm hearing that, you know, a lot of you were blocked out of situations, right? You might have called somebody, you were blocked. You might have went to go check up on somebody and noticed you were blocked or unfriended. You know, these kind of energies, because when guilt sets in, people want to run. So if you're feeling that kind of energy, you know, I would just say prayer, you know. Just prayer, you know, Lord, keep my heart pure, right? You know, allow me to forgive, and, you know, allow people to forgive, right? You know, I know that I haven't always been the best person. So, you know, I ask that you continue to fix my flaws, and, you know, that people can just get over whatever it is that's keeping them stuck in this energy, right? That's all we can do. 777, inspired action. Okay, that's the holy number. Right? It says intuition, inspire action, beauty, art, and socializing. Get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. Take a look around. There is so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you will go out on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. So you're showing up very charming, okay? Charismatic, right? You could definitely be a fire. I've been picking up a lot of fire energy, okay?
Yeah, yesterday I had a whole Leo's.
Right? Like a lot of fire energy, very passionate, very a lot of movement, a lot of action. You know, you guys are really showing up like you're moving. You know, I felt like the procrastination energy for a couple weeks, but now I've been seeing like a lot of action and, you know, a lot of people getting some things done. You know, some people understanding that God is giving you your time back, but to use it wisely to get things done. And that's what you're doing here. Okay? Inspire action. You know, I'm hearing intentions. You know, you are inspired by your intentions. See, because your intentions are coming out right now. People's intentions with you, your intentions with people. You know, most people nowadays are energy readers, right? It's like, you know, intentions are being revealed. So I don't know. I feel like, you know, right now you're very inspired and, you know, you're taking action. And I love this for you.
So I'm feeling a young energy.
Me too.
Like 27, 20. Right here it says follow discernment. Follow your discernment. And then it has don't freak out, fertility. It's follow your discernment and don't freak out. Maybe I feel like it could be a person in your life. I'm feeling like a person in your life that you may need to look at them and you may need to exercise discernment, right? Spirit is saying follow your discernment because maybe somebody is appearing to be something that they really are not, right? And this energy. Follow your discernment is telling you to look deeper, right? Than what you may be saying about an issue or a person. I'm feeling like it's a person. And don't freak out. All right, so that's like keep your composure, all right? If it's saying follow your discernment and don't freak out, meaning if I look at a person, and let's just say I'm connected to a person, I look at them and I discern that, you know, they don't really mean me well, or they may be working with a darker energy. I discern that. So what do? If I'm connected to that person, maybe I work next to them, maybe they in my family, so I can't just have an abrupt shift in my direction. So you gotta use tact and you gotta be skillful. Like what you discern in the spirit, it doesn't have to translate to the 3D. If you see that somebody is a demon, you don't have to go tell them, look, you a demon. I seen it.
What right do you have, right?
And we don't have a right to do that, right? Like I mean,
not even Michael did that to the dragon, right?
It's a violation. Like so, I wouldn't say do that, but nevertheless, if you discern a thing, you discern it, right? Move accordingly. It's not about freaking out. Like it's not about panicking. It's not about, more or less like she said, like it's not really about going to somebody and charging them with the thing that you see, even if you honestly see it about them. If you're not helping them, right? And don't be afraid of things that you discern about people. This is where faith in your protection comes in play. Like, do you have faith that you're protected? Do you know that you're protected? Okay, so if that's the case, why does what somebody else have going on, why does it bother you so much? If you have faith in being protected, there's no need for you. You discern the thing, move forward.
What's up, little bro? I see you.
I got gaslit.
Little bro over here.
Who that?
What?
Oh, for real? She said when I told my ex they were a demon, I got gaslit. Well, how would you get gaslit if you knew it was a demon?
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Maybe you just was playing a game with yourself, Kenzie.
Yeah.
Because if you knew it was a demon, ain't no gaslighting me.
Right.
I know
like, how
something
can you
ain't right
gaslight
with you.
somebody, right?
Yeah. But fertility
sometimes
is
maybe you were
in the
ignoring.
energy. Yeah, overlooking. Yeah.
Okay.
What you got?
I have running, Okay, it says running, ghosting, disappearing, and invisible. I don't know who ghosted somebody. Somebody ran away from somebody. Somebody was like, you know what? I feel like it's crazy too because I feel like this is like a new energy that you could have ran away from. This is a person where, you know, it's like fool me once, shame on me, you. Fool me twice, shame on me kind of energy. I'm getting the hell out of here immediately. Like that kind of energy. Okay, something like that. You know, I feel like someone, and I love this for you because I feel like at one time you wouldn't be able to do this. Like something so attractive, something so pleasing to the eye, the natural eye, would have been very hard for you to run away from.
You're
but
a runner, you're a track star.
Okay, but I
you
feel
gonna
like
run away when it get hard.
Right? I feel like you know, there's something about you running away from things that no longer serve you immediately. So you could have literally ghosted someone.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Okay.
What's that song? Mooski. He's a track star.
Then we got bitterness, resentment, anger, hurtful words. So I don't know if this person became bitter, angry, hurtful. I don't know if this is a person that could be possibly in the background. And maybe, you know, sometimes when it's a very brief interaction, right? You ever had one of those interactions where you might mess with somebody real quick, play around because you're young, dumb, whatever, right? You play around, but you don't understand. Some people really they really want to be attached to you. So they do things in the back, right? Because I remember one time I was doing something, right, y'all? Oh my gosh. I had no idea what I was doing. I was messing with a very spiritual person, right? They were doing things in the background. I had no idea. And then, you know, God had to reveal what was going on. But anyway, bitterness. Someone's mad at you because you decided that you're not going to allow the same things that you've been allowing for years, because why would you? You have come so hard on all the work you've done on yourself. Why would you let somebody play with you like this? And it's crazy because you are very smart, because it brings you the 10 of cups. You know, this is like a storybook ending. You know, if you would have settled again, you would not have what you want. So it's like, you know, someone, you know, God could have even been tested, because I'm hearing, you know, it could be a part of your testimony, right? You know, you could be tested, right? There could be a lot of different energies coming towards you because you're showing up very attractive in the energy, right? So imagine if you have all these different energies coming up to you, right? But you choose the wrong energy again, right? It doesn't bring your storybook ending. But I feel like because you're making the right choices, you know, harmony, a blissful relationship, emotionally fulfilled, stability, you know, divine love. You know, someone's not settling for just whatever. Someone's making sure that, look, whatever you have at the core matches with my core, right? Because forget the surface, like, you know what I'm saying? Something can happen to us today or tomorrow. The beauty, the handsomeness can go away. How is that core? Is that core rotten, right? Or is that core lit up with spirit? And I feel like, you know, someone dodged a bullet here, and there's a person that's angry about this. 777.
You know, like High Priestess was saying, a new beginning, right? I feel like somebody has, like, you ran away from something, and Spirit says beginning, right? Beginning being clarified by synergy. 41 could be significant, right? So let's get into beginning synergy. Synergy is a combination of two energies or more together. That's what makes the element of synergy. So with the beginning synergy, I feel like this could be like a new, could be a new partnership, a new relationship. It can be a new place that you live. Like, I feel like it's something new. It's something that, I ain't gonna lie, we all have things that we have to run from. If you wise, right? Unless you're not wise, you never run, right? But sometimes you have to run, even as if just to gain ground, you know, gain your footing or whatever. I do see you, like I said, a new beginning with the synergy, a combination of new energies, a newness. I felt that. And the age 40 could be significant. And then process soul time. So more meditation. When I see the soul time in reverse in the soul activation deck, it let me know somebody, your connection with your ancestors or your spirit team, your soulless aspect is not as strong as it could be. But it's a process. You got that out there. So you could be at the beginning of a process. And I feel like you are. with this energy. So just kind of like, my advice to somebody is at least find a way to honor yourself. Honor yourself, honor your ancestors, right? Because you're surrounded by a synergy. It's a combination of energies and your fear, right? And it's a beginning. Last, and I'm gonna leave it like this. Last card on the top. Learn to listen. That's a big problem right there for a lot of us. You know, you gotta learn to listen. Crown chakra energy. We got a 7 out here again. So Michael, all in this reading. Listening is a sign of respect for others. Listening without interrupting and attentively makes the other person feel valued. By listening, you can understand the thoughts and needs of others and gain more knowledge and insight. So maybe a spirit is trying to show somebody how to exercise your intuition, crown chakra energy. You exercise it better by listening. When you listen, you take in, it's more for there for you to process. Like some people who are very mental, they can get more out of you by listening. They won't ask questions, they'll listen. Because it's like they don't need to initiate to find out. Their intuition is sharp. You know, a lot of us are like that. I'm like that, for sure. All I need you to do is to talk for like 3 minutes. Give me 3 minutes worth of idle chatter, and I can read a lot from that. So learn to listen to your surroundings, right? Not necessarily listen to instructions, but listen to what's going on in your surroundings. Pay attention.
When it rains, we don't run now. Life is getting better. And we walk with our heads high. We in our purpose. Okay?
We in the fast lane.
I love this energy in my hand. Like, you know, I'm excited to get it out for you. We got the abandoned card, right? But it's coming out in the reverse for you. So I don't give a damn how you felt 2 years ago, 2 minutes ago, 2 days ago. You know, there's something about you no longer feeling abandoned here. And I love this for you. You know, you could have been really self-conscious at one point, you know. I've been there before, right? You know, very self-conscious about yourself, feeling out, abandoned. I'm hearing the black sheep, you know, feeling like you just didn't fit in any place, but that is over with. It doesn't matter, you know, you are exactly where you should be. And, you know, the people that you need, God is sending them to you, because there's people, I told you, just like you out here. For so many years, you thought you were strange, odd, weird, mysterious. Well, guess what? Your family, your tribe is out here. We're out here, right? So I love this next energy. We got 444. Hey, 444. All right, we got 444 coming out here for you. Affection, right? I don't know. You could be showing up very affectionate right now. I'm seeing a lot of little smooches, a lot of little, you know, love. It's a whole lot of love up in here. L-O-V-E. It's a whole lot of love up in here. L-O-V-E. It's good energy, all right? But I see a whole lot of love up in here, affection. You know, you can be really loving yourself. You know, it's crazy because I know when I was growing up, you know, and I could be a little bit older, but I know when I was growing up, you know, it was like if you look like this, you weren't good enough. If you look like this, you weren't good enough. If you had hair like this, you weren't good enough. If you know, it was like so many different stigmas on, you know, what beauty was, right? But nobody talked about the beauty of the spirit. And I feel like right now you're showing up because your spirit is beautiful, right? It's beyond like physical, okay? But we got overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support, and comfort. I told you, like, hey, it's a whole lot of love up in here, right? It says your level of self-control is sufficient to make things right. So you're showing up with a lot of self-control. That's hard to have discipline, to be controlled, right? On the horizon is the possibility of a new beginning, romantic or platonic friendship, as a well chance of being a new life ahead of you with a person from one's past. Everything will fall to pieces. Okay? I told you. Remember I said God was sending you people in 444 and showing up for you. Okay? This could be what? 12 new people that God sends you? Anywhere from 4 to 12 people. That's a conference table. You could be sitting at tables that you've never been invited to before. But God says, guess what? You deserve to be at some of these tables as well. Who says that you don't fit in these spots, right? So a lot of you guys are coming out of the zone, coming out of your comfort zone. And I know that to be true because guess what? You got the sun here. You could be a Leo that I'm talking to, okay? Or you could just be very radiant. You can have a very radiant energy. Hey, I'm just saying you know what I'm envisioning? I'm seeing someone running through like the field with a white sheet just blowing and, your hair just blowing and just feeling free is what I'm envisioning. Okay? It says, you could just be having like a rush of energy. You could be feeling very happy, You should be, right? But remember that, to be honest with you, nobody can make you feel happy but yourself. I don't care. You can have the baddest chick, the most flyest guy, right? But if you don't feel like you are that, then it doesn't matter. So something about being happy, choosing happiness, right? Making sure that you are happy, right? What makes you happy? Because some people, I'm hearing some people in this energy, you don't even know what makes you happy, and I'm sad for you because we gotta help you find happiness somewhere. It's like, what makes you feel at peace? What makes your heart feel eased? Find those kind of things that make you, when you find yourself smiling a little bit, right? Even when you got teeth like me and they crooked a little bit, but you still find yourself smiling because it's like, hey, it's a whole lot of blessings up in here. Hey, it's a whole lot of blessings up in here, right? I don't know, but I'm hearing, yes, a lot of truth, a lot of success. Things are being illuminated. So, I feel like you could have been in a period of the dark night of the soul. I'm seeing the moon energy, right? But all of that energy has cleared out. It's like, hey, the storm is over now. Hey, the storm is over now. Hey, and when it rains, we don't run now, because life is getting better. Hey, with our heads high, we in a fast lane. Hey, right? That kind of energy. But it's the sun is showing up for you, so brighter days, a happier spirit, because I know it's sad. I'm seeing someone and it's like, you are such a good person, but I feel like depression, anxiety has gotten you down so bad that, you don't smile anymore. And, I feel like your smile is missed, it's needed, okay? It's healing, right? We ain't even got a frown no more. Hey, dear Lord, we've been working on smiling. We ain't even you. Okay? The great transformation. I love that. You know, wonders, major changes, opportunities, fast pace. We in the fast lane. And now we in the fast lane. Hey, we in our purpose. Hey, you know you did your worth it. Okay? It says you aren't a victim. What we say? You're not a victim. You a chosen one. This the life you're supposed to live. You ain't supposed to run. Right? Hey. We all must pray throughout the day. You must be strong. Keep holding on. Don't worry now. Feet on the ground. Your spirit's lit. Be proud of it. You're not a victim. You a chosen one. This the life you're supposed to live. You ain't supposed to run. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. And you know we got a message.
I'm feeling real
You know we like to do
drummy
cards
today.
and music, y'all.
Freestyling.
Y'all know how we is. We addicted to freestyle.
Freestyling spirit today.
Okay? But it says, you know, fast pace, forward, progress. You aren't a victim of circumstances. Rather, you are the beneficiary
You're
of
not a victim, you're a chosen one.
This the life. You are a beneficiary of the circumstances. Did you hear? That's major. That is very important. And you know, shout out to the maker of this deck, because like that is very deep right there. You are not a victim of circumstance, rather you are a beneficiary. That means that everything that you go through, it is a test to build your testimony. It is an opportunity for the ops to see how God works because they don't believe. Okay?
You want greatness,
Right?
right? Well, you know, like she said, you inherit circumstances that's conducive to greatness. So it's like, it could be ugly. I mean, that's not a pretty card. Like, it's a real card.
I like this.
It's
you
very
know?
real, but it's not tapered for the shiny. Like, it's not like, oh man, that's so much abundance. No, that's like, you know,
It's a whole lot of work gotta done.
you're the beneficiary of the circumstance.
Okay.
Like, imagine crazy, real quick, right? Imagine how, imagine if you buy a house, right? And it's all broke down, right? It's all, no, imagine you left the house. Not you buy a house. Imagine you left the house. Somebody called you, got a will. You was left the house. Spiritual inheritance. You excited. Now you get to the house, the roof is gone, the walls, ain't no floor or nothing, right? You gotta build the house.
Gotta build the house up. Okay.
The house is yours.
I love that, baby.
You gotta build it up though.
That's right. You gotta do the maintenance.
You gotta do the work.
Okay.
Oh, and doing the work.
restoration.
You know what we was talking about doing the work earlier, me and my wife, it came out and it was so beautiful. You know, when we say it's work to be done, sometimes the work is being still and letting God work.
Okay.
Sometimes when it's work to be done, it's God's turn
That's
to go.
real. You did all you can
You did
do.
all you can do. You gotta let God have a go.
Yeah.
You gotta let
Yes.
spirit move. You gotta get out the way, right? Because sometimes, you know, somebody tell you it's a lot of work to be done. Oh man, I need to start moving and doing things.
You know, and I watch you play chess, and I notice some of the best chess players, you know, they observe the move before they take it, right? They, you know, they scoping it out. They making sure they make the best move, you know. They're not really trying to get the instant gratification, right? They want the longevity. They want the whole game.
Trying to win the game.
You know what I'm saying? So be strategic, right? But I like this. I want to go back to this real quick before my husband gets in. You are not a victim of circumstance. Rather, you are the beneficiary of it. If that wasn't the case, life would be pretty dull, which is true. You will set yourself up for success in the long run if you are willing to adapt to this shift. Everything is working out for the best. At long last, you are accomplishing what you set out to do. So don't be tricked, fooled, or any of that. You know how the enemy will try to come in and trick you right on your spot. Right? The enemy will be like, girl, this ain't working. Man, this business ain't doing nothing. I would stop. You know, I wouldn't keep putting my money into it. I wouldn't keep doing this. I wouldn't keep, but God is telling you, keep going. Trust in me. I'm guiding you, right? So, wonders.
So over here we got something powerful. Brave spirit to the coherence. 13 can be significant and 30 can be significant. Brave spirit to the coherence. Well, I feel like it's a reading of achievement, right? Somebody you brave. A brave spirit is a spirit that has been tried. In order for you to be considered brave, you had to go through something. People not just going to call you, you're not just going to have a brave spirit and you didn't endure anything. You have to be tried in order to be brave. So this should be resonating with the ones who have been tried, right? You've been tried on a spiritual level. Coherence means that you're in alignment. A brave spirit that's coherent is a brave spirit that's in alignment, right? Alignment with purpose. And we're going to talk about purpose because it shows up again in the second part of this poll. You have potential and integration. That right there is the concept of this lets me know that integrity is involved, right? And yet, because integrity is the root word of integration. And in your integrity is potential, right? So integrating into my potential is what? It's first of all, these kind of things we gotta realize. I'm gonna give y'all an insert. With me personally, I was born into my mother's side of the family, and they were from a community of people who done better than them, and my mother's side, right? So the expectancy on my mother's side of the family in that community is a roof to it. Why? Because it's a community consistent of other families. So it's like now, switch hit that. On my father's side, I come from a family that did magic on families that thought that they ran communities. So I had to take both parts of those of myself. These are two different perspectives of life that I have. So what it caused in me, right, was it gave me the ability, thank God for it, to never look at nobody as being too much or never looking at nobody as being a boss. Like everybody was regular to me. Why? Because on one hand, I seen what happened to people who thought they was in control. I came from a family full of occultists that they did magic on people who thought that they was, upper echelon black families. They targeted them, right? Yeah, all kind of ways. And then on, like I said, I had to deal with that bred a belief system in me, my mother's side of the family. Why? Because it's like, you're not going to achieve but so much because your family is known to achieve this, right? Integrating both parts of me, it gives me the ability to supersede all of that. My life is no longer lived inside that testament right there. Because due to integration, it's the potential. And this is for somebody too. You got to take the aspects of your life that's molded into you, and you got to bring them all together. And you got to make it work for a better you. That's a generational curse breaker energy. You're not meant to sit up there and live under the same expectancy as others that came before you that didn't make it nowhere. That can't be purpose. That's not. That's like generational energy. If I live my life the same way everybody that lived my life before me that failed at whatever they was doing, so your integration, it brings potential. So begin to do that. Like really, it helps. Like start right there. Think about both sides of your family. Take an insert from me. Think about what you got from your father's side and what you got from your mother's side. And you're gonna have to bring them together. It's called integration.
Ooh. Page of Wands. Very energetic powerhouse. You're showing up very energetic, very enthusiastic, very playful. You could be a person that likes to solo travel, is what I'm hearing. Someone likes to take solo dates, solo traveling, something like that. Okay, very lovable. Let's see, we got 808 coming out for you. This could be your area code.
Somebody could make beats.
That came out again, ancestors, okay? Ancestors keep on showing up for you guys. They want you to know they're around. They want you to know it's safe to, you know, acknowledge them. You know, we ain't asking you to praise your ancestors, but acknowledge them, you know, especially the ones that walked here, right? That you know. The energy doesn't die. Something about good news here with the Page of Wands. I feel like something's coming in for you. You could be very childlike energy, okay? I don't know, maybe people could say that, you know, I never understood, like, certain people will be like, oh, you shouldn't wear your hair a certain way, that's childish, or you shouldn't do this a certain way, that's child. Be who you are. Most people who say that, they're mad that they can't look youthful like you. You know, they're mad because, you know, maybe, you know, people are mad for all kinds of reasons all the time for nothing. So, just do you. I can't explain anything else.
You ain't never said it best. People just be mad for all kind of reasons.
For nothing.
For nothing.
Okay? For nothing, you know. People have their own insecurities, and I noticed that, you know, projection is a big ass thing. You know, when people are insecure about themselves, they project shit onto people.
That's the first thing.
That's the, you know, I mean, most things come from insecurity. Okay? We all have insecurities, and then, you know, people like to project them on other people, you know.
The Spirit say people wouldn't be so insecure if people wouldn't try to keep so much shit hidden.
Okay.
You can't be free with a bunch. Imagine me trying to be so insecure if people wouldn't try to keep so much shit hidden.
Okay.
You can't be free with a bunch. Imagine me trying to call my, all I got is hidden.
Confirmation.
You know what I'm saying? I call myself free, but everything about me is hidden.
Okay. So we got one day coming out for you. I don't know, one day, someday, somewhere, another time. Straight like that. Okay. 808, ancestors, balance, power struggle, force, violence, hope, ancestors, low vibrations, and warnings. This card came out twice for you guys, probably in like the last 7 days. So pay attention. Look, oh my gosh, look what it says. The first line. I'm gonna let y'all read it. Y'all probably like, look at that. What does that say?
Pay close attention.
Pay close attention. I had no idea it said that. Pay close attention to the people in your life, your surroundings, and your physical health. Now, don't freak out. It's just a warning to be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. So this is just one of those cards where, like, don't go putting gasoline places that you know the fire, you know, the lighter is going to be lit, right? It is saying, you know, stay out of areas that you shouldn't be in. Like, you know, if you are a person, for example, if you are a person that has overcome being an alcoholic, don't go to a bar, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't belong there anymore. That's not a place that you fit in. You know what I'm saying? If you are, whatever, you get what I'm saying, right? Kind of just staying where you should be, staying away from low vibrations, you know, protecting your spiritual self, your spirit, you know?
Yeah. Be
in a city with the walls up, right? You know? So that attackers can't get in, intruders can't get in, okay? And then we got Page of Wands. Very, very good energy, very charismatic. Someone's very charismatic. There's a Sagittarius in the energy. Heavy on the Sag, okay? Very optimistic kind of energy, very playful.
Real mischievous.
Yeah.
Page of Wands.
You could be wearing glasses right now, black frame glasses. You could have on a bucket hat, Okay, you could be wearing a vest or a bow tie. You could play an instrument, the saxophone
Or the trombone.
or the trombone. I played the trombone in school. You know that?
I played the clarinet for like a week. I gave it up.
I played the trombone. I was in the band. I was a geek a little bit.
You know what?
I was in the band.
I distinctly remember I got traumatized in music class with the clarinet.
Really?
You know why? You remember the little reed that you had to get the
little
go in the back?
the little wooden piece.
But when I was young, I used to have a bad habit of chewing on stuff, right? Like, so I was chewing on the reed, right? And the music teacher was like, "You're not supposed to chew on that reed. What are you doing? This is disgusting." Like, I was like, damn, all that about this instrument? I never did it again.
Dang, it discouraged you from the whole instrument.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, let's see. There's something very important about the rain, okay? I don't know, the rain has a message today. You could be needing to just listen to the rain, to the rainfall, okay? Something like that. You know, maybe you need to go out and get in the rain and play like a kid, right? Go out and dance in the rain or something like that. That could be giving you some good energy here today. It could be raining where you are. You could be drinking coffee right now or something. Something about a spider web, a web of lies, something like that. We got the world coming out here for you. There's an end of a chapter. There's something that you have achieved here. Okay, you got a new sense of belonging. You know who you are now, something like that. Okay, integration is showing up for you, wholeness and fulfillment. Someone's life is being fulfilled, your life's mission, okay, your purpose. Something about that. You could drive a blue vehicle, dark blue, or a sky blue vehicle. You could drive a minivan. We got the Knight of Wands coming out for you. Remember I said Sagittarius, very heavy. Here you go, Sag, whoever you are. Could be me. Okay? It's crazy. Could be me. Okay? You could be showing up very flirtatious. Okay? Rebellious, energetic. Very sexy. In the energy of traveling. I know I've been talking about travel lately, so that could definitely be in your energy as well. You could be traveling, planning trips. Okay? Let's see. Last one. Obscurity, secrets, mysteries, and concealing. I told you there was something I felt like was going to be revealed. Something about the rain has something to talk about. Something's being revealed here. I told you something about the whispers.
Got something to talk about. Yeah. That's deep.
Okay.
That's deep. Like, running rain is good on your intuition. I can tell you from practice. Like, getting next to a window while the rain is dropping is real good when you got a head full of things you're trying to sort out.
Morning.
Yes, the rain.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, that was
is
crazy.
So weird. So
that was crazy.
The screen just went black like a shadow.
Yo, that was crazy.
It covered me. Just me. It only covered my face.
That was very
Did y'all
crazy.
see that?
Somebody said,
what was that? Oh my freaking goodness.
You saw it?
It covered my face.
That was weird.
That was strange as heck.
I have never saw anything like that.
Okay. Wow, we had to move that shit out the way, y'all.
We good over here.
We good. That's,
we definitely
I
good
don't know
over
what
here.
that was. They covered me. Ooh, that was freaking weird energy. Okay.
That was crazy, man. Like, that was wild. That was wild. I seen Wilder though. Trust me. Like, all right. So back to the read, cause it's a distraction. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
praise others in tantric journey.
She said, what was that?
You know,
She said, wow. I'm over here like, that is
hey, yo,
crazy.
it probably is at first I thought it might have been an effect, but look, let's move on from that. It's a distraction. Praise others to the tantric journey. So somebody, I feel like Spirit is calling you to maybe sort out your sensuality. I'm getting a real deep read. It's so deep that I don't really want to express the depth of what I'm really hearing. But I'll say balance out your sensual side. Like, don't allow yourself to get into the energy where some lustful energies are violent, right? Like, some lustful entities are violent. And when we associate with some lustful energies, they can cause you to begin to view people in a violent way, right? It's like an insatiable kind of energy, right? Where you'll begin to look at people as a form of release. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll begin to crave tantric energy. You know, tantric is sensual. And with praise others, I feel like Spirit is calling somebody to kind of like, if it's lust that you're dealing with, maybe balance it out a little bit, right? Learn how to look at people and see beyond what lust may be driving in you. Or don't let anybody look at you like that as well. Like, somebody could be looking at you and they could be lust driven and it could be violent, right? Then we got connections to the realization. Praise others, connections, realization. You could be 37 in the energy. You could be 42 in the energy, right? Maybe I feel like, honestly, with this praise others and connections and realization, maybe you could be needing to show appreciation for the people that you have in your life that support you. Maybe you could be overlooking them. And sometimes they get like that. Like, you know, you get caught up doing whatever you're doing. You feel like you're on the right path. You feel like you're doing right. And maybe it's a lack of appreciation. Everybody that fall away from us is not falling away because they're against you. Like, some people, they just don't know how to take an ascended version of you yet. So, be more appreciative of the people that you do have. I don't care if it's one or two, right? It could be one person that God gave you that helps balance you out, that you can talk to. Show that person appreciation, right? Maybe it's time to, in a certain type of way. Because sometimes our energy is like, I'm thankful for the people I have because I know, like, it's not many. So, you know, I try to appreciate the ones that I do have and show them appreciation. Be there for them when they need me. You know, be willing to give without receiving. Actually taking on the posture of giving and not taking. So yeah, realization, praise others and your connections. And like realization, maybe this could be somebody you overlooking or people you overlooking. I don't know. But please don't allow everyday life to cause you to devalue somebody that means a lot in your life. Meaning God put them in your life. So their value is different. Oh, by the way, while y'all here, we're trying to have Zoom sessions once a week. So we got 2 people in the inbox. We trying to get 7. Once we get 7 people, we're going to set a date. And everybody, we just going to have a Zoom where we can trade information, where we can just, you know, I believe it'll be a strength to somebody. You know, to be able to connect maybe once a week on Zoom. You know, no money or nothing, just exchange your information. Everybody arm sharpening arm. So if you're interested in something like that, don't hesitate to inbox us, right? We got 2 people, we need 5 more.
I got 1616 coming out. Recovery. You could be on the road to recovery. Someone could have just had plastic surgery. I just seen someone's nose or something like that. I don't know if someone's had a nose job or something like that. Someone could be thinking about doing something like that. I just seen recovery, plastic surgery, something like that. Okay. We got finale, farewells, leave behind, and closure. There could be something coming to an end here. Okay, exclusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Okay, someone could have been pretending here. Something like that. Something's coming to an end with someone because they were deceptive, dishonest. Okay, not being truthful. Someone tricked someone. I don't know. You could have just been a fantasy or something like that. Daydreaming, imagining, and fantasizing. Okay. I heard my husband say something about, lust, right? And, sometimes people over-sexualize things and, they begin to look at people as just a whole, right? Or whatever, right? And I don't know. This could be that kind of energy that you walked away from. Something very lustful, something very low vibrational, something that is just, very reckless. But we got recovery here for you. Mercy, diplomacy, potential, service, recovery, ability, and renewal. Okay? It is confirmation that your assumptions and beliefs are correct. It is also an encouragement to use your talents and gifts because they will benefit the world and your pockets. Be of service to others. Your potential is enormous. This is just saying that you're recovering. You may have lost a lot of things, but 1616 says that the gift will make a way, even maybe financially for you, right? Because when you do what God gave you to do, it makes a way. It brings you to the road of recovery. There could be someone recovering in a recovery home. I just seen someone, you could be like in a recovery home, AA, some kind of program. Kudos to you, okay? I'm so proud of you, and all the things you've overcame. You know how hard it is to put yourself in a program, and someone did here and you're showing up, and kudos to you. God has mercy on you, okay? Something about your potential. You are getting a second opportunity. It's almost like, imagine being irresponsible because, nobody taught you about credit. And so you tear your credit apart. And then you need a vehicle, right? And you find a second chance, a place that gives you a second chance. That's what I'm seeing here. Someone has a second chance, a second opportunity, a new, it's like you have the ability to have a whole new life, You could be rebranding, renaming yourself, okay? Claiming who you are, standing strong here. I love this energy. Adaptability. I feel like, you are becoming more adaptable. You're learning how to, maybe not be so selfish and, be more compassionate, empathetic, okay? Your recovery, it's a part of your testimony, and I love this. People are watching you on the road to recovery. Keep shining, okay? You make things look, it looks like you don't put any effort into things, so you make things look easy, but, what you're doing is not easy, so don't take it lightly, because if things were so easy, the world would just be great. Everyone will be working on themselves, healing. No one will be chasing after after money and gold and riches. There would be no robberies. There would be no injuries from one brother to another, from one sister to another. So be proud of yourself. Okay? Kudos to you, right? I love that for you. Sober for 2 years. Kudos. Let me give you your flowers. 2
That's big.
Okay? It takes a whole lot
That's
of,
big.
self-control, discipline, prayer, meditation, staying away from things that, cause you to want to go back. Be proud of yourself for all you have overcome. You are on the road to recovery, and your story is so inspiring.
That's big, 2 years, that's big. 10 o'clock on the clock. Age 25 could be significant, or 10. Somebody could have a 10-year-old. It says, let it go, authority. Plain and simple. God fight the battle.
You ain't even gotta fight no more.
Dear Lord, you be working while we silent.
Hey.
Dear Lord, you be fighting all our battles.
Hey.
This right here is basically telling you to let go and let God, right? You have an authority, right, over your life. So when you sit back and you worrying about what people say, you move in the hand of authority. When you worry too much about what's going on, what's going to happen next, I need to know. Let your authority handle it, right? Let have some type of faith and let it go. Don't be afraid to let go. Things you may be holding on to, it's okay to let them go. Particularly people. Because things that we hold on, like little habits and stuff, you can deal with that. But when it's people that you need to let go, you gotta let them go, because that's something that you can't handle. You might can handle your own little vices, right? But when you're dealing with this, I'm connected to a person that I don't want to let go. Well, the danger in that is, who are they connecting to?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's somebody that I need to let go, most likely they connecting to other people. That's risky, dangerous. That's all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
So when you letting go, you got to let go, right? And let authority handle it. Some pain we do have to endure, y'all, right? People get to leaving because they be like, man, I ain't let go of nothing. Well, if we don't let go,
I don't wanna leave,
but I gotta go right now.
baby. But I gotta go right now, and I'll be back before you know it. I don't wanna leave.
You got patience to the emergence. It's gonna happen. Patience, emergence. Give it time to happen. You know how things come and overtake us when we patiently waiting. Wait patiently. Not expectantly. It's like, just be patient. It will emerge. It's like the minute that when you manifesting and you're in energy of manifesting, it's like as soon as you stop worrying about what you're trying to bring in, it gives it more power to come in. Like it brings it in a little faster. Patience to the emergence. Yeah. So I might slide out of here.
All right, well, you guys can meet me on YouTube. We're Elemental Beings Divine News. I'm going to jump on YouTube and do a live show over there. So make sure you guys are following over there. Thank you guys for all of your love, your energy, your support. Okay? If you would like to be a blessing to our channel, all of our information is on our page. If you like this message, you may want to follow so that you can get more like this. And if you're not already, you may want to follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our page. We're Elemental Beings Divine News. Make sure you hit the bell notification so that you are notified when we go live. We love you guys. We Elemental Beings.